Red Bank Public Library. And today I'm going to read two poems from this book that we have in our local history collection called Monmouth County, A Poetic Portrait. The first poem I decided to read is Molly Pitcher in honor of Women's History Month, and it's by Beverly Rosenblum. Mary Ludwig, milking cows, chasing flies on her father's small New Jersey land. At 15, goes into service for Dr. Irvine, scrubbing, caring for the silver. Can you see her, hand on one hip, eyeing the muscled arm of Barber Will Hayes as he cuts the hair of Dr. Irvine's clan, she laughing at the jokes he tells the little ones? After they marry, she, following the Gunners Regiment, went to Friesen Valley Forge, doing women's work for soldiers at half rations. At the end of June, men drenched in sweat moved to Jersey Monmouth Field. Mary, long petticoats cleave into her, lugs spring water across the battlefield, across parched earth. All the men shouted, "Pitcher, Pitcher, Molly, Molly, Pitcher," as they fire a cannon at the redcoats. Another trip back to Will finds him wounded, unconscious. Forgetting his man's work, Mary takes the rammer staff from her husband's hands, loads the cannon, fires it to loss of light. She tells the story over and over to her daughter May as she watches others wash, lives with it after Will is gone and the next marriage sours, recollecting that explosive summer, echo of gunpowder, and power of the shouts of Molly, Molly Pitcher. All right, and the next poem I'm gonna read is actually about Sigmund Eisner, who actually used to own the Red Bank Public Library. And it was donated by his children. And this poem is by Elizabeth G. Wardell, and it's called The Legacy of Sigmund Eisner. One wonders how the small town in 1885 may have received the younger foreigner with accents of Bohemia in his voice, the American dream in his eyes. He walked the streets of Red Bank with a pack on his back, looking for work. People remembered their own humble beginnings. They welcomed him. Sigmund Eisner settled in. He took on tedious work, sold notions, door to door, eked out a living for himself and his wife. Finally, the business grew. They had saved enough to buy a sewing machine, made and sold clothing from the home. Next, a small factory, employees, at length, a larger building. Then the factory on Bridge Avenue, now known as the Galleria. Perseverance, skill brought recognition. Soon, Sigmund was making Boy Scout uniforms, then earned a contract with the Army to outfit our soldiers. This began with Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders and continued through 2 world wars and the Korean conflict. The Eisner industry grew as Red Bank did. Sigmund loved the nation of his choice. The Eisner Memorial Library was once their family home along the Navesink. His 5 sons gave it to the town in memory of their father, a fitting tribute to him and to all those who followed their dream. And actually right behind us is some sewing machines and some uniforms that were made at the Eisner factory. And you could come to the library and check that out. Okay, but thank you for listening today, and keep reading.